All right. We'll just keep digging deep onto the Luke Cage tip here.
Why is the shot all framed up weird? What's going on?
We got some parties going on.
Fucking. Oh God! All right. We're all tangled. It's a fucking mess.
All right. So Luke Cage is getting better and better at the cliffhanger ending that makes me want to see what's going to happen next.
Yes.
So.
100%.
You know, Luke shot. They're trying to aid him in this injury he has to his stomach region, and it cannot be helped.
Well, and we should say apparently, the same thing that we saw in that Russian test video does happen. It did explode in him. That's why the blood came out or whatever. And but his cells are keeping the shrapnel in or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So it got through his barrier with the explosion and drill and whatnot. Then it's sealed back up, but it's in there all floating around shrapnel-y, cutting him up on the inside.
How the fuck they're gonna get that out of him without some weird ass science, right?
I don't know. Unless you're gonna find out that doctor is still alive, and they're gonna put him back in that little thing, heal him up super time.
2.0. So my thought was I said it during our watching was they're at a clinic or something. They might have an MRI machine, and the strong magnet might rip them out of him or some crap like that. But I couldn't imagine now what else there could possibly be.
Yeah, and now he's been shot again.
Yeah, okay, so the episode ends. He gets shot in the shoulder, though, and then the guy just stares at him as he drives off.
He falls into a garbage truck and gets taken away.
Yeah, the truck drives away.
Yeah, shoulder shot definitely less crucial, but it was very close. It was a shot from 10 feet away with a sniper rifle. That's got to do something horrible.
Yeah, he's lucky he still has an arm. I don't know how the explosion inside or whatever works in
I think because of how I didn't hear it explode.
Right. I don't know when or if it explodes or how it all works or whatever the fuck. There's special magic bullets that.
The one that went into the wall in the clinic took
yes.
I don't know, 10 seconds. It was like.
And that was great because when they showed that, I was like, it's great because they show how what it does when it's not hitting Luke Cage, and he's like, I don't feel so good, and it just blows a fucking hole in the wall big enough to
the
put
wall
a
is not as
basketball
strong
in.
as Luke Cage's. So
Exactly, and that's the point that they're making. Yeah. That's very cool.
Which pretty good.
So let's just keep talking about that fucking guy because they called him Stryker, they called him Willis, they called him Diamondback, of course. He says he's Diamondback?
He says he's Diamondback.
Does that make sense? I don't think
he also says he's Luke's brother.
Right. Well, because really, really early on, he says, my daddy was a preacher, which is what Luke says when he picks his name. We're like, wait a minute. But, I don't... Could this be Luke's real brother who's really Diamondback, who's really someone named Stryker, who's really Willis, who's really someone he used to go to the movies with a lot?
My first thought was a Wolverine type thing where he took this persona of someone else that his daddy really wasn't a preacher, that this guy's dad was a preacher. And he grew up alongside that guy, and in a time of blah blah, where I had to pick a new identity, I went with that.
He picks that as his thing. Yeah.
But maybe not.
I don't know. And at the end he says, I am your brother. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You didn't... I loved you like a brother. And I am. So then they really did, I guess, grow up together? Well, how could he not be Diamondback? Who's Diamondback then? Shades is Diamondback? That doesn't make any sense to me.
He's Diamondback.
That's
I'm
crazy.
pretty sure he's
really
Diamondback.
Weird.
With his fancy-ass weapons.
He has the same gun that he said Diamondback could get him or whatever the fuck. So
I would love to know what the price per bullet was on that piece of paper. Yeah. Because he's like, per bullet?
Yeah, because he's being stingy with them.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Well, and but when you say per bullet, anything per bullet is a lot. Because a Cottonmouth would have wanted to equip his whole crew with this gun. So if you went 10,000 per bullet, that would still be a lot of money to give every dude in his crew a clip. But I was thinking more $1 million.
Yeah.
Because he said I'll give you a loan of credit for that, blah blah blah. But Diamondback gets to take control. Yeah.
No, he said it had alien fucking technology in it, so it's probably a lot. And that's fine. I don't have any problem with all that. I do have a problem with that. I don't know. I thought Diamondback was going to be this crazy reveal of it being this whole crazy thing. I did not really expect this. I don't really like it. I don't really like him being... I don't like us knowing who Diamondback is and Shades being by himself still somewhere else without Diamond. I don't like how it's structured or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought...
We'll see, I guess, what happens.
That, the Kingpin type would be doing the dirty work hands-on.
I mean,
especially ignorantly. He does it it's broad daylight. He's carrying a big-ass gun, all through the streets, shooting things, doing this and that. There's cameras everywhere. If you're the head of some sort of organization, that's not the way to do good business.
Right. Again, not trying to nitpick, but yeah, earlier we kind of chalked it up to Cottonmouth's like becoming unhinged, but when he pulls up the RPG like himself, you're like he was the guy. You don't know a guy that can fucking shoot him. No man, I'm doing this. You have a fucking what? Like what?
In your suit?
That's crazy. Yes, wearing the same suit.
And it's probably one of those things like you've probably never fired that before.
No,
ever.
Or even if he did, like there's noise and fucking powder and shit. Like I don't know.
I would just worry that like you would miss.
Yeah, you could miss. It's a crazy.
It would be like in the army now when he fires it the wrong direction.
It goes backwards or whatever.
Oh my bad, I was looking through the wrong thingy.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Where like even like Fisk, who could beat a man to death, it took the entire season for him to eventually be like, all right, fine, like I'll beat you to death myself.
Yeah.
And then let's like have a fight or whatever the fuck. Here it was just like, it's me. It's episode 8 or whatever.
This is not
here.
last resort things. Diamondback is still a rich, like criminal mastermind or whatever.
Right.
So like he could send an army of dudes with these guns.
But like this is his plan.
But it's like, personal, is what we're getting at.
Yes. I guess that could excuse any behavior. I guess.
I know.
So it's like,
I do hate that as an excuse, but that's what's happening.
That is what's happening. So Shades is over with Mariah, and he's grooming is a good word, I guess, to say like.
That's the only word.
I don't know why he has such an interest in turning her into that though. Because he seems to want to be in charge. I guess this is it's like a Game of Thrones situation where she has a right to like the throne and he wants the power, so he's like little fingering her into like doing his thing. You're not caught up on Game of Thrones, I just realized.
No, I know Littlefinger.
Okay, but the point is, like he might see that as his way in, but I don't even think he really needed that. He seems to be capable all by himself.
Yeah, he could have easily just seized this because he could have been like, oh, he walked in, she killed Cottonmouth, he could have just killed her and taken everything.
Yeah, or
like
something.
Right off the bat, because he already took her crew like just by saying, hey, you're mine now.
And the crew is like 3 guys, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
God.
it's like, oh, you're a crack team. It reminds me of like Breaking Bad's crew. All right, you got the fat guy and the skinny guy. And
yeah, and then the old guy, we'll shoot him. Spoilers.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Was there anything else? If we search back in our minds, we got more of Claire and running and clinic, right? We covered that.
Yeah.
The cop then, she's going
Luke
crazy.
is, of course, framed. We know this. And they find the glove that Shades has planted, so he's actively wanted for murder now, not just a suspect.
He's a double fugitive. He's already a fugitive.
He's already been a fugitive.
Now he's a fugitive again.
Well, he's a fugitive under his real name. Now he's a fugitive under his fake name.
I was just thinking that Carl Lucas was a fugitive, and now Luke Cage is a fugitive.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
Then the night nurse, she was in questioning, and our detective like freaked out on her and like was choking her out like bitch. She's like bitch, and then the other one, you want to press charges, please?
Bitch. And we don't. And like, do we know? I assume she was saying please. Like I don't want.
She was saying please. I'm in your shit.
But the way she said please, for a second, I almost thought she was saying please press charges.
Yes, get this bitch in my face.
I'm leaving.
Please.
Whatever. I think that's it.
That's about it. We and
Diamondback
like
was dumb though too. I want to point that out several times. The balcony waiting, and he obviously knocks over the pillar.
Some bullshit.
He like sticks his arm through like the window, just so Rosario Dawson can like stab him a bunch of times.
But even if
that was crazy.
Even if Rosario couldn't stab him, you're putting your arm where like a dog is essentially. Like Luke Cage, super strong, and of course pulls you right through.
Tear your arm off or whatever he wants to. Didn't want to.
Well, he didn't even know who you were at the time. He had no reason to pull his punches. He could have just ripped your arm off.
Yeah, exactly. Rosario Dawson, by the way, looking great. I think during each of these shows she looks better and better.
That is 100% true.
It's really weird.
True.
I don't know why that's happening, but she looks great.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, so we left off. He gets shot in the arm, falls in the dump truck, and that's what we're gonna pick up on this next episode.
I wonder if it'll open with like seagulls and garbage and like what the fuck and like that happening, or how's this gonna work? I don't know.
I think it'll be the like garbage men finding him at the next stop.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Episode 9 coming up.
Episode 9.